What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's been a few weeks since I've done a video. Been super busy. You know, spring arrives and you got yard work, you got the garden, all that kind of stuff. Keeps you plenty busy. So anyway, today thought we'd look at the hydraulic connections on the tractor, and how sometimes, especially maybe if on some of the implements that go on the front of the loader, can be a little bit difficult to get those hydraulic connections together if you know, if there's pressure buildup in the implement lines and you can't quite compress it together with your hands. It can have quite a bit of pressure, so you got to get that relieved or have an assistant to help you get that together. So anyway, I just got this here as my opening scene, but the Irwin QC-Mate by Irwin hydraulic coupler assistant clamp, or whatever you want to call it. I got that as a gift, so let me get it out here. I really don't have that much problem with it. I'll show you in just a second. The only thing I've really had a problem you know, with connecting as far as the pressure goes. But this is a nice, cool device to help you assist if you got that implement just always aggravating as far as having pressure on the lines. You know, usually you got to go get a wrench or something, loosen the fitting, relieve the pressure or whatever. But this is really nice. I ended up getting the dual. I think this one's made to work with the 1/2 and 3/4 connectors. I got several different models, you know, the dual setup for different sizes, or you can get them just, you know, single size. Yeah, made in the good old USA. It's pretty heavy duty. It's a little pricey in my opinion. It's about 90 bucks for this thing with shipping. I think it ended up being like 107 bucks, but it was a gift, so can't complain too much there. But it also does come with extra pins here, and it comes with the pads that you can change this out and put the standard pads back on there if you're just using it as a regular clamp. But you know, it's very nice to be able to you know, get in there to help clamp something together if you got a problem. I'm going to do a video showing. There are lots of videos online that you can Google for and see this thing on YouTube, where lots of people are using it. Some people have even made their own. But I want to just talk about one little tip I think that can help you if you're having that problem with these pressures, that can help you not have to use this. So let's take a look up front where the you know, we've got the loader connection right now. So right now you can see I've got the pallet forks on the front, and I've got that little you know, grapple that I added on there. You know, made some modifications and added that on. I got a separate video sometime back if you want to see that. It's actually for the Frontier model, made for a John Deere pallet forks, but I did a little bit of welding and bolted a plate on and adapted it to mine. But anyway, so I have had you know, when I unhook this implement with this claw in the upright position, which it stays most of the time, because you know, you got to get it out of the way when you're using your pallet forks, and it even has a locking pin that keeps it locked in the up position when you're not using it. But sitting like that, even under in the shelter out of the sun, these lines will get pressurized, and then you will not be able to connect them. It's just almost impossible. I mean, the male one, you can sometimes push it against the side of the frame here, and it might release. The female one's a little more difficult, you know, release connections down inside the coupler there. So I usually end up getting out the adjustable wrench, break the connection here, release, you know, drain a little fluid, release the pressure, and then all is good. So you know, that's where this may come in handy. But I have found, and I kind of knew this, and I don't even know why I wasn't doing it originally. I kind of knew this was the case to prevent that. So let's get it disconnected, and then we'll look at what we can do to make that work. All right, of course I've always got a rag around when I'm doing hydraulic stuff, because I'm sure going to get some on me. So I like to try to keep these things as clean as possible. Alright, so you can see, no problem disconnecting them, no problem at all. Got a little clamp that I hold it to the bar here, so let's get that out of the way. So now, we've got them disconnected. You know, I can push in on the little connectors here, no problem. Right now they're not under any pressure, so if I wanted to plug them right back on, I could. But the way to prevent this thing, you know, as it sits for a few days or a week before maybe I use it again, is very simple. Just tie them together. Plug them right back together. You know, just like if you were plugging it on here. That'll keep the pressure equalized, and especially if you have an implement that sits out in the sun, that's going to make the pressure build up. But if you plug them right back together like that, I only had one problem with my grapple, and I think that I keep it under a shelter so it's not sitting out in the sun. As far as when I went to hook it up, it was pressurized, and I realized that I had left one of the cylinders up a little bit. But anyway, if you can just plug them together like that. On my grapple, these hoses are all under one common cloth jacket, so there's not enough space unless I cut that jacket. But you can even buy you a short hose, you know, with a male on one end, a female on the other. If you continue to have a problem like that, buy you a short hose and then just couple them together when you're not using it. And I usually just hang them over the edge or whatever. And now, I don't know, the last 3 or 4 times I've hooked this up, where before I was having a problem with the pressure. Once I started doing this, problem goes away. There's no pressure now when you go to hook it back up. So anyway, hope that helps you out. And yeah, I don't know if you're having a lot of problems with it, and you know, like me, you get older, your hands ain't quite as strong as they used to be. This thing can definitely help you out. You know, you get right in here, and you know, especially with the dual setup, you know, because like in the case of this tractor, there are different size couplers, you know, at different points or whatever. But get right in here, connect that thing around there. Squeeze it together, works pretty good. Oh yeah, almost forgot. With my handy little tool rack that I showed in the last video, got a spot right there for the QC-Mate to stick right down in there. So now you got it with you at all times. Alright, well, that's just a quick little video. I appreciate everybody joining me. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe, and hope everybody's having a good spring and summer to come. Catch you next time. Thanks.